Hello and welcome! Today we are jumping into some Chaos Draft. And I believe this isn't Chaos Draft over all formats. I think this is just Chaos Draft over small sets. I don't know how much that means, so this is my first time doing it. We'll find out together. Walking Archive. Enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it. And then we both draw a card for each counter on this. And then you can spend 4 to make it bigger. So it's like a Howling Mine that you can just grow and grow and grow and it can't attack. That's kind of sweet. I like that. Simic Growth Chamber is just very high value. Target player discards a card. Okay, that's decent. So I think out of this pack, I'm looking at Simic Growth Chamber, Azorius Signet. Wrecking Ball is also pretty high value, just 4 mana kill anything. And then a Walking Archive. I don't know how good Howling Mine is in Limited. I feel like that's just not good. I think I'm just going to take the Growth Chamber. Just having lands that, again, draw your cards is great. Whoa. How did this get passed? Also, how did this get passed? Maybe I'm overvaluing small sets, but like a 6 mana 4/4 flyer is huge. 7 mana 5/5 flying haste, like that could just end the game. So I think it's basically between these two. There are other good cards here, like Sphere of the Suns is really nice, just ramps into anything. And some of these cards are like decent, but big flyers are where it's at in Chaos Draft. And basically I'm deciding, do I want a worse creature that lets me play any color combination, or a much better creature that's specific to just red? And I'm not actually sure which one I like. I'm assuming the activated ability is basically nothing, so it's a 7 mana 5/5 flying haste. I'm just gonna take the rare. That's a lot of upside for me. Like, this thing just hits very hard. So this is an X mana. What? That's terrible. Look how far we've come from this to Walking Ballista. You have to spend mana every time you attack, equal to how much you paid. Ugh, I don't even want to look at that anymore. Viashino's Sandstalker is interesting. East Flanking. It's hard to block. Oh, Cloud Elemental is pretty nice. 3 mana 2/3 flyer. It can block in the air, but we don't really care about that. We just care that it's a flyer. I think that's probably better than Viashino's Sandstalker. I'm gonna take that. Ooh, Skarkin Skybreaker. I like that guy. Repeal is nice. Drowned Rusalka. This card should have flying. I feel like that would be way better for like everything. There's actually a lot of good things here. Repeal is tempting. Ghost Warden is just an excellent activated ability, and then Ogre Savant is actually really nice too. If I do end up blue-red, which I'm kind of incentivized to be, this is like a mana war. And otherwise, it's just a 5 mana 3/2. It's either that or a repeal. I think I kind of like this a little bit better because it can also attack. Alright, this is a very weird cast draft because all the small sets are kind of weird. Each other wizard you control enters the battlefield with a counter, and then you remove a counter to draw a card. So we already have one wizard. Historically, like the sets that are based on creature types are not very good in Chaos Draft because it's unlikely you're going to find that many wizards. So yeah, like this card. You have to have like a bunch of creatures of the same creature type for this to be useful, which we just aren't going to be able to do. I think I'm just going to go for the Sage. There are historically quite a few wizards, and this can kind of go off if we get enough. Ooh, a 4 mana 2/2 flyer. When it dies, we draw a card. Whenever an opponent casts a creature spell, they take 1. So you enchant a creature. And when the creature dies, oh, that's kind of fun. When the creature dies, basically you can do X to anything. So if it stays alive for 20 turns, you can just kill them. I think I'm just going to take Kingfisher, though. 4 mana 2/2 flyer that draws a card on death is pretty nice. Oh, this is a foil Aboro Palace in the Clouds. 3 mana 2/1 haste. Can we give other creatures haste? Legendary snakes you control have Shroud. Alright, that's the thing. This is like library. So it becomes a 4/2 first strike, mostly in the early game. I kind of like just taking the 3 mana 2/1 flyer. You can also, if you really want to, use this to like mana screw your opponents. Wormfang Newt. I've seen this card before. So it's a 2 mana 2/2 that puts you down a card. Not about that. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, search for basic land and put it into play. This is a very, very, very specific ability. Target green creature gets +1/+1 when it gains first strike until end of turn. It's got some cool artwork. Is he wearing pants? I don't think I'm gonna be playing any of these, so I'll just take Null Mage. I don't know. Take this for the sideboard. I don't think any of those cards were really playable, but this card is return 2 cards from their graveyard, which is not great. But if they're playing a lot of artifacts or enchantments, this has like very high value. So I don't know. I just kind of picked it because nothing I was taking there really mattered. So 2 mana 2/2 flash. When it enters the battlefield, gain Shroud, which I kind of like. Orders Enigma Eidolon. They mill 3. I'll take this. If I do end up playing blue, then maybe I could get there with that. But generally, like the second come around of packs that were not good in the first place are going to be pretty bad. Turn the Tide is a decent thing. There's also Crush. I'll take Turn the Tide. This is actually a pretty good combat trick. People won't play around it, and you can set up like a turn where, say you swing in a bunch of 2/2s into all of their 2/2s, you play Turn the Tide, it just turns into Plague Wind. Like, it's pretty good. At least in the sideboard. Like, if our opponent has a lot of creatures with specifically 2 power and low toughness, this card gets very good. Wow, the 2/2 haste flanking came back. Yeah, it's either that, Death Watch, and creature dies, they lose life. No, I think this is the highest upside. Haste flanking's pretty good. Wow, Skargan's Skybreaker wield, but Leap of Flame, how did that card go around? This card just wins the game. It gives everything flying. I'll take that. I don't know how that went around, but Pathblazer, sacrifice an elemental, it gets +2/+0. I'm gonna take Roar of the Crowd actually, because I have quite a few flyers, and maybe I can get there on like birds or something. Honestly, a 1 mana 1/1 or 2 mana 1/1 unblockable is not the worst thing. He's also like hiding under the waterfall. That reminds me, so I was just playing Breath of the Wild, and there was like what are they called? Shrines? Like underneath or behind a waterfall. Spoilers for those who haven't played it. But it took me forever to find it, and that reminds me like this dude's basically the shrine looking out and seeing me look for it. I gotta remember where in the game that was. But like the thing that tells you where the shrines was kept beeping, and I was going in circles, and I was like, where's this stupid thing? Anyway, remove charge counters to kill a creature. A looter's pretty good. Tap to make a player lose a life. What is this? Prevent the next 1 damage to be dealt to any target. I kind of want to just take the looter. Kind of make sure you never flood out or get screwed. This is fine, but you spend 4. We can probably cast it for like 2 charge counters, so this taps to do -X to 2 things. Is that good? It's like serrated arrows. Maybe I will just try it out. Who knows? If I can get 4 counters on this, that's going to be gas. I might regret it. Okay. What is this? Shining Shoal. The next X damage is prevented. That's kind of cool. I like the artwork a lot. It's like being wrapped by fish. Exile target non-black creature and get rid of all of them. So this is a 7 mana 3/5 flyer. Whenever it's dealt damage, you gain that much life, and it has Soul Shift. Do I have any other spirits? Well, that's a wizard. There's an elemental. There's a bird. I don't have any other spirits, but that is something. Whenever it attacks... Whoa! Okay. 1 damage to each creature they control, which is really good because he has Bushido. So if they block him, he gets pumped up. So basically he attacks, pings everything. That's pretty nice. We have a lot of ways to kill 1/1s, and like in this format, X1s. Wow, I wonder if I have a way to give this Death Touch. Can you imagine you play this, give it Death Touch, just kill their entire board? I want to try that out. Ooh, Aether Goad Miner is nice. I like Leaving the Dust quite a bit. Bounce a thing, draw a card is very good rate. I don't have many artifacts for this. I love Druid of the Cowl, but I'm looking to be at least pretty heavy blue, and given that I got a run in Cliff Rider, I'm pretty happy about my red. So, Deadeye Harpooner is also pretty good, but I'm going to take Leaving the Dust. Just kind of sticking to the guns. Blue-red has felt quite open. Whenever a player casts a spell, any other player may pay that spell's mana cost if a player does counter the spell. That seems kind of fun for a commander. Well, it depends what you mean by fun. Destroy a non-black creature and create X 1/1 green saplings. Wow, that artwork is awesome. I think this is probably going to be the artwork for the draft, unless I find something better. Consume Strength is a really good combat trick. Savage Gorilla is good. Kavu Glider can be like a 2/1 flyer. Oh boy, I don't even know what to take. The black cards here look nice, like Rager and Mournful Zombie. Death Mutation would be a double splash. I think I'm just going to take the Kavu Glider. It's the most medium, but I think we're going to be fine. So this is a 3-mana 3/3. If it's enchanted, it can attack, but we don't really have enchantments. Don't really have enchantments to make this work. This is a 4-mana 5/2. I'm just going to take 3 mana, do 3 damage to anything. We need a bit more removal, and this goes a long way towards that. Ooh, Plasm Capture. This is one of my favorite cards. I don't think it's very competitive, but it's like mana drain, but you get colored mana. And the artwork's great. It just feels good to cast. I know it's hard to cast, but when you can make it work, it feels good. Speaking of other things, there are some good black cards coming around. Rakdos Drake, Fatal Fumes. Oh, Runner's Bane's actually pretty good removal. Enchant creature with power 3 or less. It taps it and it doesn't untap. I think I'm just going to take that. Again, trying to stay to blue. This is kind of on curve. Ooh, Searing Blaze. Oh boy. Oh boy. I like that. Kosi's Ravager. I need to look at this again. So whenever a land enters, you can do 1 to the opponent. And Kite Sail is pretty good too, but I think I gotta take Searing Blaze. If you play that on curve, it can just absolutely decimate an opponent. Ooh, this pack. Mage Slayer? So this basically lets them hit before they attack. So it like, you can attack and do damage to their face, and even if they get blocked, it can still kill them. Glass Dust Hulk. I don't have many artifacts. But that card is great. Mage Fire Wings can give flying. Guess I take a Mage Slayer. I do have quite a few like evasive creatures, so like putting this on one of them might be okay. Wait, I thought this was upside. This has downside. Oh boy. Armed response equal to the number of equipment you control. I guess I'll take a Steel Shaper's Gift in case I open like a really powerful sword or something. I like Frostling. I don't really want to be sacrificing a creature. I'll take a Frostling. Against an opponent with a lot of X1s, this has quite a bit of value. Reservoir Walker. Wow, this is really, really slow. So 3 turns does 2 damage. I'll take that. 5 mana, 3/3. You know what? I'll take Precise Strike. A little bit of a combat trick. I was thinking about that card that like you can do 2 damage to the opponent every 3 turns, but that's really, really slow. Prevent all damage that would be dealt this turn to creatures you control, but it's a sorcery. Bloodfire Dwarf deals 1 damage to each creature without flying. Okay. That's going to be a sideboard card again against an opponent that has a bunch of tokens. We have now Bloodfire. Oh! Necrobite! Wait. Necrobite, Ronin Cliff Rider. That's got to be worth taking. I don't know if I'm going to play it, but that is such a sweet combo. I'll take this. It's a very expensive counter spell. Whoa! No! I'm in the wrong colors. This is one of the best limited cards ever. Like, the Death Touch means they can't really block you, and the Lifelink means you're gonna win the race. It's so good. Oh man. Speaking of good, Avacyn's Collar. So how many humans do I have? The soldier is a soldier. That makes sense. Human Knight. That's a Kavu. Human Samurai. I don't have that many humans. I don't think I can take this. It's such a great card, but it's double off color. And I don't think I can splash it, unfortunately. Relentless Scobs is also just really good. A 5 mana 4/4 Undying might just be what I want to take. I like Griptide and I like Nephalia Sea Kite, but a 5 mana 4/4 Undying is huge. That being said, +1/+0 Vigilance. That seems kind of better. I have some humans. I might be able to get more. Ooh, Slow Motion. That's a good one. Slow Motion is great. So this is a 3-mana enchantment. You enchant a creature. And they basically have to sacrifice it unless they pay 2. If they do sacrifice it, you get Slow Motion back. So it is exactly what it says it is. It just kind of slows them down. And then it basically never goes away. Unless they kill the creature in response to casting Slow Motion. I like that. Sluggishness can't block, but I'm not going to be super aggressive, so we will take this over some pretty useless cards here. Ooh, Skywing Aven is very unkillable. Untap target creature with power less than the number of cards in your graveyard. No. I've never seen this card in my life. Sacrifice it unless you put 2 cards from your graveyard on the bottom of your library. It's a 6/8. I don't think I've ever seen a 6/8 creature And you can discard a card. That seems actually really quite strong. I'm going to take Skywing Aven here. It's a 2/1 flyer and try and wheel the Coral Net. I really need a bit more removal. So this hits players equal to the number of vampires you control. Bounce a creature, draw a card. Maybe I don't need removal, I just want tempo. Unfortunately, this is a sorcery spell. I'm passing on a Borrowed Grace to get there, which is just absurd. But I think I'm okay with that. There's also Enlightened Maniac, but I'll take a Drag Under. Bouncing creatures is great. I have that plus Leave in the Dust plus Ogre Savant. I don't know how I'm going to fit Necrobite into this deck, but I just want to do this one time. That just seems so sick. Probably not going to play this Mage Slayer. Alright, what do we got? Counter target instant or sorcery spell unless they pay 1, draw a card. Phantom Wings gives flying, and then you can sacrifice the enchantment to bounce the creature. You can reanimate artifacts, which does not work with infused arrows. Card is a 1/1, basically. Sacrifice an untapped creature. No, I don't think I'm really going to be doing that. So I think it's between Disrupt and Phantom Wings. I like the idea of Phantom Wings, but Disrupt seems like such gas against an opponent playing a lot of spells. Dusk Skimmer has Shroud as long as you control an artifact creature. Urgolem's Eye is a very good card too. This is a 4-mana trample. No. It enters as a 1/1. Whenever an opponent casts a non-artifact spell, put a charge counter on it. Remove 3 counters on it. It becomes a 6/6 construct with trample. So that actually might be good. Oh, Inflame deals 2 damage to each creature dealt damage this turn. Maybe I take that. This seems interesting. Almost all of the spells are going to be non-artifact. You know what? I'm going to try this. This card gets huge. Whoa. I play this card in Commander as well. So this is 5 blue in this deck effectively. Power and toughness are equal to the number of cards in your hand. And then you draw 2 cards. That kind of does a lot of stuff. Otherwise, there's Fire at Will, which is triple red. Does 3 damage divided as we choose. Oh boy, do I want the splashy rare or just the good removal spell? I like the splashy rare. That seems pretty awesome. It's mostly just fun. I know it's probably not that good. Ooh, Lightning Shrieker. Well, that means I can never deck myself. Do I have any cards to enchant with Jeskai Runemark? Because I can give them +2/+2 in flying. I don't really think so. Scoured Barrens doesn't really help either. This is just like a Lava Axe, basically. I'll take a Lava Axe. Well, I know blue-red is open. I might just take this 4-mana 3/3, but Griptide actually. That seems nice. We're really going to be templating our opponent out. Counter target spell that targets a creature. They have a lot of removal. Maybe I bring it in. Coral Net. That is a great sideboard card. Wow, Borrowed Grace came around. Okay, I don't know what anyone else is playing. I don't think I'm going to pull off the Necrobite combo. Probably not going to pull off Roar of the Crowd either. So I actually have a decent amount of wizards here. I don't have any artifacts, so that goes to sideboard. 5-mana 3/3, sure. Can I get Inflame as the last pick? I have decent removal actually. I'm actually kind of interested in this. 6/6 construct creature with trample. So it can attack like every 3 turns probably. That's not the worst. Not opposed. Okay, so we need to make some cuts. Kavu Glider is pretty bad. Not even gonna look at, but there's too much green in that. I don't think I need Precise Strike. Disrupt can be for the sideboard. I mostly like Avacyn's Collar to put it on some of my flyers. So how many wizards do I have? Ogre Savant is a wizard. Kingfisher is a bird. That's a wizard. So I have 2. I only have like 2 wizards. I don't know if it's worth playing Sage of Fables. And then I need to make one more cut. You know, I kind of like this unblockable dude. I have enough removal. Maybe it's Plex Manta? I have 1 green source, so the odds of this dying are pretty high. But I'm incentivized to play green to make infused arrows work better, and every extra green can still be used to cast this. So that's something. I don't know about this deck, guys. I don't know what's going on here, but we got some flyers. We got Avacyn's Collar. It's fine, it's fine. How many humans do I actually have? Should have checked that. 1. I think I have like 2. The Lancer is a human. Yeah, okay. I think I get rid of Frostling for now until I see their deck more and then I can side that in. I think I'll play 1 forest. And 6 mountain, 8 island. Oh, I get one more too. That's gonna be an island for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red sources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blue, and 2 green. I have a lot of double red, but I also have a 5 blue. Oh man, this is a typical Caleb Gannon mana base. I think I'm gonna do 1 mountain for 1 island because I picked up the mountain. And we're gonna run the deck like that. See you guys round 1. Oh man, look at this hand. Also, there's like a sunbeam coming right in from my house, going right on my back, and it's very cold. So this is just a good time all around. I'm gonna keep this. We got Unblockable Dude, 20 turn clock, getting in there. Oh, we got double mountain now. So if they play a creature, I can actually Searing Blaze turn 2. That's kind of awesome. Whenever creatures put into your graveyard from the battlefield, you can get it back. Okay, so no killing things with ETBs. Here we're gonna play the Soldier. Next turn I'm gonna play the Skywing Aven probably, and then go off Overbeing of Myth. We do have the Growth Chamber, but we're a bit away from that. Apex Hawks. It's a 2/2. Sure. So this can't be blocked, so we'll hit for 1. I don't really want a Searing Blaze yet, so let's play our Aven. I have like a mountain I can discard if I need to like keep it alive. I don't think I want to trade off, and I definitely don't want to bounce it. That puts us in kind of an awkward position here. Maybe I do just trade off because I have Overbeing of Myth. I'm actually cool with that. They get it back, but that's okay, because that way they're not using Angelic Renewal on something much scarier. And I can just kill this anyway. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a lot of card draw. Actually, it's only 2. Okay, it's like an expensive divination, but still. So I think this is a pretty good target for Searing Blaze. So we're gonna go play Simic Growth Chamber, and I want to bounce a mountain because I want to be able to cast Overbeing of Myth. I've already triggered Landfall, so let's let that happen. Return a mountain here. Searing Blaze them and their Hawks. Hit for 1. And I know I have Drag Under, but I really did not want to bounce their creature with Multi-Kicker. I think they made a pretty big mistake casting that early unless they have better, more expensive spells, which is even scarier for me. It's possible I should have just taken the hit and kept attacking with the 2/1. Like maybe I'm the aggressor here. But Moth Dust Changeling makes me think that I'm not too worried. Ooh, Leap of Flame, okay. Unfortunately I have all these mountains here, but that's okay. We're trading 1 for 1. Yeah, Drag Under being a sorcery is pretty rough. Well, in 14 turns, the opponent will be dead. Okay. Oh, that's pretty good. Hit for 1. So I'm imagining that they have some type of counter magic or something, because they're not doing anything. Cycle of Dragon Wings. Uh-oh. Erratic Mutation. So reveal cards from the top of your library until they hit a non-land card. I see. What do they do with a non-land card? Goes to the bottom. So they revealed Bouncing Beebles. Yes. I love that artwork so much. And they shuffled a bunch of lands on the bottom. I love that artwork. This is why I play Chaos Draft. There's just so much cool art going on. What is this much mana? Well, they can't hit Hellkite Igniter, but they can hit Overbeing of Myth. They should have done that during my draw step though. So as long as I hit a land, we're okay. It's kind of actually weird to do that because I passed with 6 mana up. Like if I had a good 6-drop, I would have played it. So that just tells to me my opponent. Ooh, Infused Arrows. Well, I can't cast Hellkite Igniter, but I can play Infused Arrows. So this enters with 3 colors. And I just need a land for this big boy. I don't think they have counter magic because they wouldn't have tapped out like this if they did, I don't think. So you pretty much have to target Coalition Honor Guard anytime you do anything. So we're going to use Infused Arrows plus Bolt of Keranos to hit the Honor Guard. But I might as well kill the Moth Dust Changeling while I can. And maybe I just leave the Coalition Honor Guard there. Like, maybe I don't care that much. So this is power 3 or less. But I don't want to Runner's Bane that because then everything else has to target it. So we're going to use Bolt of Keranos, targeting the Honor Guard. We'll actually put that on top. And then I'm going to give this -1/-1. Pass turn. So they have 1 card in hand. Again, very unlikely that it's a counterspell given how they've played. but it's still possible. And we'll see if Hellkite Igniter gets countered. I'm not going to play around to counter here and just hope. Yeah. Yeah, give me the Dragon Wings. You know, I was a bit worried about that, but I don't really have any way to get around that anyway, so that's okay. We still have our 5/5 trample shuffle back. Sacrifice an artifact, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. That seems pretty terrible, but decent in this situation. I don't have much going on anymore, do I? Let's pass turn, make them pay the echo and take 4. Then we can play Drag Under. Yeah, sometimes a 4-mana 4/3 is just good enough. Oh wow. This thing's gonna get bounced into oblivion. So I guess I want the green for our flash guy. So I tap like this. Bounce you. Oh, he's perfect! Get down there, Cliff Rider. So he doesn't attack for very much. But if they do block, I can use Reflector Mage. Okay. Well, tempo isn't that big of a concern for me, considering we're both at very high life totals and we've gone through half of our decks already. Ooh, Moonbow Illusionist. That's gonna be nice. So the 2/2 doesn't actually matter that much. I think I'm gonna go Moonbow Illusionist. Actually, this is fine. Oh, I can't recast him. That's right, that's right. So let's just Griptide their Extruder during their upkeep step after they pay the Echo. That's so brutal. This card is going to end up costing them so much mana. So now that goes on top. Actually, let's do it after their draw step. Their average draw step is going to be worse than this. That way, like, they can draw like a... Wow. Okay, going straight to 3/4. So now I can just Runner's Bane to enchant Reflector Mage. I feel like they wanted the Extruder, but maybe they drew something... What is this? Oh, it's a 1/3 flyer that turns into enchantment. Okay. So, we have a couple options here. I think I offer the attack with the Moonbow Illusionist first, because playing defense is not necessarily where I want to be. And Leap of Flame gives first strike, so that just trades. 5 mana 1/3 is not the best. Okay, so they take 2. I think I can just keep taking 3 off the Reflector Mage, and I just Runner's Bane the Soul Caesar. I play the Cliff Rider and hold up double mana, or activation on this for whatever that's worth. I guess that can give me more stuff with the Infused Arrows. So I could use Leap of Flame defensively here, but it seems like it's just going to be better offensively. I'm not dying that quickly, and Brawl doesn't do anything. That's a lot of mana though. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's about how much I would expect to draw. Yeah, so we attack here. Yes, do 1. So I hit for 4, then I take 4 damage. I will keep this mountain in hand. I think I passed a looter for something dumb. Would really like to have the looter with Moonbow Illusionist. That'd be so awesome. You can like bounce all of your lands and then turn them into spells. They scooped. Okay. Game 1 down. They just had like a bunch of dorks. Intervene, counter target spell that targets a creature. I might want that just to protect my Hellkite Igniter. Enchant green or white creature. Yeah, I like Coral Net quite a bit, because you just put it on a white creature and just get them. Kabu Glider gains flying. Borrowed Grace, Sage of Fables. None of this is too exciting, maybe Turn of the Tide. So now we look for cards to cut. 2/2 Haste Flanking. Might not necessarily be where we want to be with this deck. And I'm not in love with Avacyn's Collar with only 11 creatures. So I think I'm just going to run it like that. Yeah, that seems fine. It's a little bit sketchy, but we have Intervene now to protect our stuff. Maybe I should have kept the 2/2 Haste Flanking in. That card hits hard. Okay, this is a good hand. Look at this Cloud Elemental artwork, man. Dude's like, is he breathing in or sucking out? I don't know. Because that looks like a trail of like smoke or something that he's breathing out. And then like he threw up that like moth thing. Hard to tell sometimes. So we're going to lead with Mountain. That way if we hit a Mountain turn 2, we can Searing Blaze if we need to. I'm not going to kill Moth Dust Changeling. Although I do think that card is kind of decent. Because a 1 mana 1/1 that can gain flying is alright in my book. So nothing here, but that's okay. So we're hoping they play the 2/2 Hawk and we land a 2/3 creature. Hardcast Border Post, okay. Well, let's play our Cloud Elemental. So we're the aggressor. We need to hit lands, though. Yeah, we cannot block. That'd be funny if they tapped it to make their creature able to be blocked, but I don't think they're going to do that. Reflector Mage bouncing the Elemental. Okay. That is rather annoying. There's the Sky Hunter. So we really want to hit a mountain here. Chimeric Egg. So I can play Drag Under and try and hit a land drop this turn, but that leaves me a little bit vulnerable to not hitting a land. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I kind of want to just get down Chimeric Egg. They're not going to be casting spells for that much longer, and this still leaves me the opportunity to double spell next turn if I get there. If they play spells, then I can turn this into a good blocker. I'm only taking 5, and we draw land. Perfect. I mean, it's not a mountain, but it'll do for now. So I think at this point, I want to drag under to try and hit another land, so I can definitely double spell next turn. And I'm going to bounce the Sky Hunter. Kingfisher. Oh, that's a good one. Okay. We didn't hit a land, but they have to activate Chimeric Egg here. If they play something and give it Dragon Wings, we can maybe kill it. We'll see. We yield to that. So we really need a mountain. Perfect. Okay, so now we get to go mountain, Searing Blaze, them, and the Reflector Mage. And then play Cloud Elemental. And that can block the 2/2 flyer. That's why we killed the Reflector Mage instead of the Sky Hunter, is we just have better defense. Also, we have this other 2/2. And I don't mind just taking one. For all does pretty much nothing. Oh, perfect. Now we can protect our dudes. We play a Kingfisher, so we have the whole ground locked up. If they try and kill our stuff, we have this 1 mana answer. Maybe I should just be playing this in the main, because one of the ways people can get advantage against us is killing like one of our few threats, and this kind of just stops that. Soltari Visionary. Uh-oh. Yep, that has Shadow. But we have 4 turns, and I could just Runner's Bane. So let's Runner's Bane that. Play a mountain. So I can get in a hit for 6 with Chimeric Egg, but I kind of want to protect it with Intervene maybe. I can attack with Cloud Elemental. They can swing back. Nah, we ain't doing that. We're going to leave in the dust. Cool, cool. Another land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can play Hellkite Igniter, but I want 1 more land to get there. I can play this just as a 5/5 haste, which I don't dislike. Just get in for some damage now. Also activate the Chimeric Egg. No, we'll wait on the egg because I like having insurance. I'm only at 8 life, which is pretty low. They're at 12, which means 2 hits from the egg should get there. I can protect my guys. Hellkite Igniter does a lot as soon as I hit another land. Extruder. Okay. So things like that are why we're saving this Leave in the Dust. Interesting. They didn't attack because they could have threatened the trade with Extruder for something else. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Play it again. Sometimes you just get there, you know? Hit for 5. Divine Verdict that. Now they have no cards in hand? Sure. Basically now Hellkite Inverter will survive. I could have countered that and saved this, but I don't really care that much. I'm just trying to get this in play. I'm probably going to take a good bit of damage here because they're going to sacrifice the Border Post to put a counter on the Leonin Sky Hunter. But if they do attack with the Sky Hunter, I'm just going to double block probably. And I think this goes pretty bad for them if they attack like that. Because I can activate this, eat the Extruder, have Intervene. There we go. Good thing I saved my counter spell. So that happens. I block here. Double block this. So they're going to sacrifice Extruder to put a counter on this and probably, I guess they're killing my Kingfisher. Very interesting. Oh, buddy. Give me an island. Not an island. But we can actually cast it with some Moonbow Illusionist tricks in the future. So here's the thing. They're just dead next turn. I can hit them for 7. And if they play a spell, Then I get to activate Chimeric Egg, and then I have blockers. So I should be pretty safe here. And Cloud Elemental can't really block anyway. Yeah, so any spell that would win them the game almost certainly will trigger Chimeric Egg. Do they have a defensive creature? Because that doesn't work because I have Chimeric Egg. So I can just activate this. We got there. All right, see you guys next round. All right, welcome to round 2. We're playing against Josh Rocks 11. We're on the play. This hand's terrible. No lands. 1 land. Why are they doing this? I'm playing 17. There we go. So I gotta get rid of 2. And I still only have 2 lands. What am I feeling? Avacyn's Collar seems kind of scary on Kingfisher. Plex Manta seems almost uncastable. So we keep this. We get rid of this. I guess I probably just get rid of the Collar. It's pretty good on the Cliff Rider. Maybe I get rid of the Cliff Rider, but then the Collar is pretty bad. I think I'm pretty far from casting this. We're far from casting almost... Oh, I guess... Whoa. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say I could have played this, but maybe playing around Force Spike or something. Who knows? The Force Spike that they couldn't even cast with no mana. I guess like double Simian Spirit Guide Manamorphose Force Spike. That's what I was playing around. Okay, well, we mulled to 5 because we didn't hit any lands and we're still not drawing lands. So there's only so much you can do in these situations. And the opponent has Willbender. The reason I know it's Willbender is because it's always Willbender. So flanking means whenever a creature without flanking blocks it, they get -1/-1. So I can attack in here. They can't actually block to trade, and then I can actually put the collar on my human, which is kind of cool. No! Ugh. Okay. Well, that's gonna be rough. I don't know if I can stand getting 2 for 1. Well, that's a start. Also, all of my removal is bounce based, and they have creatures that do stuff when they enter the battlefield, which I don't love. On the bright side, Avacyn's Collar, what is this? No! Come on! Dude! Oh my gosh. Well, I don't think I'm winning this match. I can do it for 2. Well, it's gonna be a long time before I get any better rates. So we do that. I don't know if anyone just saw my mouse like freaking out. This is my new mouse too. And I'm just gonna kill this right now. That reduces the clock quite a bit. Now I just need to draw Island into the implement or whatever, the card that makes me draw extra cards every turn. Good God. Actually, that's not so bad for me. So they were at 3 cards. They dropped to 5. That's pretty bad for me. So they draw 2 cards. Yeah, that's pretty bad for me. No, come on. Then I draw the Growth Chamber. On the bright side, that means that I can cast the big creature now if I draw it. On the downside, it means Infused Arrows could have had another counter. I don't really want to Griptide the Steam Core Weird, because that card's like better for them in play, or in hand, than it is in play. Dude! What is this game right now? Who did I insult to deserve this? Opponent's just got a handful of counter spells and a 1/3 that I really don't want to block. Or bounce, I mean. Dude. Alright, so we're going to keep this island in hand because I don't know the name of the card, but the Howling Mind creature, power and toughness scales with cards in hand. So by keeping cards in hand, it means like if I play it, they can't exactly lightning bolt it to death or something. Okay, now that's a card. I think I'm just going to bounce it to try and draw a card here. Okay, well, I need a red source. I got a red source. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Kind of punished for not playing the land because I can't equip the collar actually, but I think I'll live. Hit for 5 while I can. Beautiful. I imagine they have a way to kill this. Destroy target creature. Why? Why do they have all the answers? They have 7 cards in hand. And I'm drawing all lands. Oh boy. Okay. I'll play 1. I don't know. I'm really scared they have 7 cards in hand. I don't even want to bounce that with Griptide, but at the same time, it's like a double Time Walk. I think I kind of have to, just to prevent damage to myself. Otherwise, I'm just gonna, like, I'm already dying to this 1/1 every turn. Oh, and they have to discard? That's pretty good. Wow. They have a Whelming Wave? And I'm just drawing lands! Why? I don't think I can drag under that Steam Core weird. Like, that's just such a losing proposition. Remember, everyone who's like, why aren't you casting your spells? My opponent has 8 non-land cards in hand. I need to somehow win the late game. And like, ugh, this is so bad. Oh my god. This might be some of the worst luck I've had in a very long time. No! How many lands is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in the top 20 after. Oh boy. Oh, you tuned in for a treat, opponent. I guess I'm just dead. I can't win. There's no way. Oh man. At least it's fun. I'm having fun. And their deck is sweet. But this is not the best game I've played. I also mulliganed to 5. And then let's recount all the things that happened here. I mulled to 5. They Steam Core weirded my human, which would have been great with Avacyn's Collar. So like they did it the one turn they could have had it. Then they Skirk Maraudered my flyer. And then they played the another end of the battlefield creature that killed my Hellkite Igniter. So they I mulled to 5 and they played all 2-for-1s. Oh, opponent sent into the chat. Hi chat. Alright. Lightning Shrieker. There we go. That's our shot. If I draw back-to-back, that actually might be possible. I need to draw like back-to-back Shrieker boys. Hit for 6? No, that still doesn't quite do enough. We'll play a land here. And this doesn't do damage. This just gives -X/-X. I still have 7 cards in hand. Oh boy. So I take 4 here. So even if I use Infused Arrows to reduce the damage by 1, I'm still dead next turn. I don't think there's a card in my deck that can get me out of this. And they pass with all of their mana. Leap of Flame. It's perfect. Alright, moving on. We'll have a better game this time for sure. So they're playing blue-red. So Coral Net does not work. Disrupt. The problem is all of their stuff that was scary was creatures. So like Disrupt and Intervene don't actually do that much. Siege of Fables. I actually don't know how to chat while I'm in this window. So maybe opponent has advice on that. Do I want Mindstat? I think I'm just going to keep my deck the same. I just got to draw a little bit better. Alright. Better hand, better game. Much better start. Look at this. We got castable spells. We got a Chimeric Egg. We got the Secuda, the horse guy. And we got slow motion, which is kind of sweet. Telling opponent that they will be on YouTube. So, hi future Josh for when you watch the vid. Well, Josh, this is the spot. This is it. Yeah, let's go. So we're gonna lead Mountain, then Growth Chamber. I really kind of want to get down Chimeric Egg while I have like stuff to do with it. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what they do. Because getting this down early is like way better for me. Hopefully they don't have a counter spell, but that's pretty unlikely. Yeah, we got a 6/6. Perfect. So I know they have a lot of stuff that does damage to 2/2s. So I kind of want to play my Cloud Elemental. So that's got to be the thing that does 2. So slow motion kind of just kills this. Otherwise they have to pay 2 every turn to keep it around. And then if slow motion goes away, I get it back anyway. I did miss a land drop, which is kind of funny considering how last game went. I guess Chimeric Egg slow motion isn't exactly a combo. There's a land, okay. So I think for this, just want to get down the Cloud Elemental. Don't really want to let them use their morph, but they haven't played red mana either. But that could just be a mind game, like I don't have red mana, and then they play it as soon as I get a creature, or they have different morphs. Fortunately, we cannot block, so I think I'm okay with getting my Lancer killed, because any creature I play, they're going to be able to kill, and they haven't shown red mana. Again, that could be just them debating me, and maybe they just go Mountain Unmorph here. But I like playing the haste creature because at least it gets in for damage. And if they don't have a mountain, then this can like attack through the morph pretty well. And they have to discard hand size. Slow motion is doing work over here. Ooh, Grip Tide. So they missed a land. Oh, this might work out pretty nicely. So I swing with both. So I think I get it back. So let's Grip Tide their thing. Skirk Marauder. So it is the Goblin. So I get slow motion back. They have to replay the Goblin. Oh man. I need to mute it while I'm typing. Hang on. So they're going to bounce my Elemental to draw a card to try and hit a land. But if they don't hit a land, they actually have to discard. This is... These games have not been great. I'm sorry, Josh, that we played not the most fun of Magic. But hopefully game 3 will be better. That's assuming I get a game 3. But if they play any other spell, I get a 6/6 trample. So let's see if they hit a land. Okay, so they do hit a land, but it is another island. So they can't really make any plays. So we want to play our creature pre-combat. That way if they counter it, we can activate Chimeric Egg. So let's just get down another Cloud Elemental. It's the hardest thing for them to kill. There's their red. So now they play the morph, flip it, kill this. Chimeric Egg Tron has been unlocked. I really don't know what this artwork is, but doing something. Okay, so now we get a land, which is good. So I can go slow motion. Do I want to play slow motion? Or do I just attack? I think I just attack with all of them. They're going to block the egg and then do damage to the haste flanking guy. So opponent takes 4. Not too bad. That was way more than 4. I definitely counted wrong. So let's just go ahead and play Skywing Aven. I could play Moonbow Illusionist and lock them out of red, actually. That's kind of something. Comes an island. So now they can't get red mana this turn, which seemed like what they were desperately missing before. No! Okay. I guess they drew a mountain. Still hard to imagine them coming back from this, but it was worth a shot. Go mountain. Attack with these guys. So they have to kill one of them. And then I'm going to Leap of Flame the one that they're not killing. And that's the other benefit of getting rid of red. Unless they kill all of them. Wow. It's kind of gas. Alright. Now I'm the one who has to discard? Well, play the 2/3 and discard. This card seems very far from castable. I might regret it if the game goes too long, but I feel like Chimeric Egg is going to do some work. Okay, we can beat this, actually. No, can I? Can I beat that? The life total goes up to 5. Creatures without flying can't attack. Oh boy, and I'm still not hitting lands. That's the rough part. If I could double spell here, we'd have a shot, but I'm just not hitting any lands. Okay, well, the beginning of your upkeep is 5 damage to any target. I'm dead like immediately. What the heck? At the beginning of their end step, their life total becomes 5. So attacking here does nothing. That's kind of unreal. I really needed to draw a land there. Well, I guess the game does. I thought the game was unlosable, but Form of the Dragon in Limited is pretty good. So I'm going to return this to its owner's hand. Getting rid of... This card seems pretty bad when it can't attack. Stalking Yeti. When it enters the battlefield, if it's on the battlefield... This damage... Okay, so Chimeric Egg is activated, so if they don't have a way to kill it, I can Leap of Flame the Chimeric Egg. Tap 1 more mana. Tap 1 more mana. Petrahedrox. Okay, we're fine now. Chimeric Egg with flying can get there. There's a forest. So we do this. We Leap of Flame. No, I don't want to replicate. No replicate. They don't have flyers. Okay. On to game 3. That was close. That was really close. Again, this is green or white. I kind of want to bring in Mind Static as a way to deal with Form of the Dragon, because that card is... Actually, it's not that good. We have Lightning Shrieker. Yeah, Form of the Dragon is kind of a liability. I think I'm okay with them just having it. I don't like this hand, but I have Slow Motion, which can buy time. And I don't know. Mulliganing seems pretty rough. Their deck is pretty slow after I've seen it. And I think Slow Motion is pretty good against them, because they have like a lot of value enter the battlefield creatures. And this just like makes everything way, way slower. Told my opponent good luck game 3. Did they see that I had the thing that gives flying? I'm not sure. Okay, so they have both colors of mana. So do I. That's... Did I draw 2 lands? I think I drew 2 lands. Come on, man. I mean, I did. I guess I kept a... It was only a 4 land hand. Oh, get in there, slow motion. Honestly, I was thinking about using Drag Under, but I kind of want to get a little bit more value. There we go. That's the card we needed. Get in there, Mr. Egg. Don't counter it. Yeah, Chimeric Egg has landed. Ogre Savant. So it'll be a while before they can unmorph that. So let's just get down the Savant. Bounce that. So I get slow motion back in hand. And I get to make sure I know what morph it is. I don't think I looked at the morph cost, but there's no way it's 2 to flip, right? Usually it's like 4 or 5. Shaper Parasite. Oh my god, it's 3? Okay, that's a problem. So they're a little bit away from activating that, but their deck is really set up against mine. So if they play the morph, I think I just drag under. So it's 3 +2 -2 or -2 +2. Okay. Ooh. So let's just kill it, right? Slip Slip is a 2/3, but they can't morph it yet. -2. Perfect. That would have been next level if they had played the other morph. I get to hit for 3. That seems alright. They kill it somehow, maybe. Parch. 2 damage to any target. I'll take it. They have so much stuff that does 2 damage. Holy goodness. Forest. So now seems like a pretty good time to get in a hit with the Lightning Shrieker. Maybe I should have waited for them to play Form of the Dragon. That might have made sense, actually. Because if they just slam Form of the Dragon here, I just lose. Yeah, I should have kept it in hand. I'm not doing anything. I'm also not doing anything. Okay. Really hoping they don't play Form of the Dragon. That would have been... Oh, I might have just punted this game away. Okay, okay, we're fine. Do I want to play Plex Manta? No, I like the Shroud giving capability, especially like protecting my Ronin Cliff Rider, which I'm going to cast. They're going to kill it at the end of my turn, that way I can't attack with Chimeric Egg. We're going to protect it with this, whatever this is. Beast, I guess. Starfall, 3 damage to target creature. So Chimeric Egg gets a thing. Creatures you control gain Shroud. Okay. Hopefully they don't have something more stuff that does 2. But that Starfall signals to me that they don't have Form of the Dragon. Another land is not the best. I think I'm okay keeping Chimeric Egg for now. I don't want them to play the thing that bounces all creatures. To each creature defending, sure. Pass turn. Why did I do this? Alright, deck, give me the goods. So they go to 5. There we go. Oh boy. Opponent is Deadzo. Hit them. All of my dragons hit for exactly 5. Oh, that was... I should have just kept my creature in hand that hits for 5. So I should have had a much easier win. But I played it greedy and got lucky. So I can't complain too much. See you guys in the finals of this Chaos Draft. Josh, good games. Alright, welcome to round 3 in the finals. We are playing against Kenny the Pig, who, if you don't know, is like the master of Chaos Draft. I'm going to keep this hand. We have an Overbeing of Myth, which is kind of like a mulligan, but we have Chimeric Egg on the play, which if we draw any land is pretty good. We specifically want to draw islands for like Skywing, Haven, and Leave in the Dust. But yeah, Kenny the Pig has been the trophy leader like forever in a row. Come on, deck, please give me lands. So, given how bad this deck is, I don't expect to win. Ooh, that's a good card. Land. Oh, go ahead. I don't know how I've had so many mana troubles this game. That's a really good card too. A 2/2 flyer for 2 that has some madness enablers. Come on, deck, land. Come on. Alright, let's discard probably the 1/1 unblockable, because that has the least impact on the game. But discarding the hand size just feels bad. Maybe I should have mulliganed because of this Overbeing, but... Oh, God. Put a -1/-1 counter on it. Ugh. Not only is it so bad that I'm like missing. So here's the game plan. We're gonna go. Ugh. I have to like 4-for-1 myself here, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna go Skywing Aven, play it. Then I'm going to block the Ammon Eternal and bounce it, and then Bolt of Keranos the Ammon Eternal. Otherwise, I just lose. I can discard. Overbeing of Myth is how I get back into this game, like in the late game. But I think having this flyer is better. Right, this is whenever it deals combat damage to a player. So I take 3. Yeah, alright, fine. Kenny's like, why is this in your deck? Honestly, it's probably not that good, but it's one of my favorite cards. But I'm so far behind. What even is this? Whenever it becomes untapped. What? Oh, God. Well, on the bright side, I get to kill Ammon Eternal with Bolt of Keranos because I cast a spell, so that gets smaller. Okay, we're not completely out of it, but I'm going to take so much damage that missing that one land drop really, really screwed me. Leap of Flame is... trying to think if I can do... I guess I have stuff like Searing Blaze, but I can like Leap of Flame. I don't actually know what I clicked, so we'll see where it went at a later time. So I'm going to take 5. Then I have to Grip Tide, or probably just Leave in the Dust to bounce it. If he has any play, I'm just dead. I'm like way too far behind here. Oh, that's a good card. So when this becomes untapped, you make a copy of a creature that gains haste. No. 3. No, we're dead. Okay. Let's hope for a better game 2 here. I just got destroyed by like a bunch of rares. Kenny's draft is absurd. So this is green or white. He had a green creature, but not really. Turn the Tide, Sage of Fables. He just has like good creatures, which is my weakness because my deck does not have good creatures. This just got bad mana. But I think Chimeric Egg, honestly, if I had just been able to play it on time, would have really stopped a lot of their attacks. Alright, we're going to hope for a better hand, better draws. Okay. I can't imagine a more balanced hand than this. Let's do it. Kenny gets to keep all 7, which is good for him, bad for me. But I got a reasonable hand. I don't really want to draw that many more lands, at least for now. And if I do, I want to draw bounce lands. But I get a pretty nice flying army going here with a 2-3 into a 2-2. Alright, Kenny tanked for a good while before playing Ammon Eternal. So that's interesting. I think I'm just going to bounce it to their hand. Yeah, that seems okay. Just get some tempo. Alright, well, I don't want to draw that many lands. Get in for some damage, force him to replay it. Yep. The card's really scary. Come on! Now I draw only lands here. So I can play Kingfisher and like block. I really wanted to like play something into Kingfisher plus Leap of Flame to just eat the Ammon Eternal. But that's not going to happen, unfortunately. This can only block flyers. I could take the hit off Ammon Eternal. It's only 4 damage, but then it becomes a 5-5. And then I can't Runner's Bane. So here's how it goes right now. If I draw a land, can I win the game anyway? Because that's like way too many lands right now. My current game plan is to Leap of Flame the Cloud Elemental to get this down to a 3-3. That just seems bad. I think I'm just going to take the 4. I think I just need to draw something that answers the Ammon better. Because, I mean, 3 mana 5-5 is huge. Like, right now I'm racing it okay. And red-black doesn't have too many flyers. But I need to draw a spell here. What is this? How many rares does Kenny have? He plays a 2-1. Holy cow, dude. So whenever land is put in graveyard from anywhere, put a counter on it. So basically he's never going to draw a land. Ever. So he's only drawing spells. That's crazy. But we're doing okay now. Because I can Runner's Bane the Countryside Crusher. That stays tapped. Then I can Leap of Flame the Kingfisher to block the Ammon Eternal. That plays really, really poorly into removal. Or I can hit with both. Can I race effectively here? So I hit for 4. I put him down to 12. And then I play the Moonbow Illusionist. He hits me for 5, puts me down to 11. I hit him for 6. No, I actually win better if I just race. So let's swing with both and just play Moonbow Illusionist. And then Leap of Flame can hopefully get the last bits of damage. Especially because the late game is so bad for me because he's never going to draw lands. But the creature he hit does do damage to him. So right now I take 5 and then 7. So that's 13. That's not the end of the world. Wait, this falls off? Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it just needed to target successfully. I didn't know it died if they got above 3 power. That sucks. Wow. So whenever creature blocks, the creature's controller loses 1 life. So they're at 11. I can hit them for 9. And I'm taking 5 going to 11, but then they're going to hit me for like 1,000,000 damage. Alright. I can trade here, and that prevents not that much. This doesn't have trample. Okay. Come on! No lands, then all lands. Okay, so can I survive here? Well, I'm definitely attacking with Cloud Elemental, because that can't even block. The problem is that Countryside Crusher is just going to kill me. And if I block, I take a damage. So let's say I block here, I take 5, or I take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that doesn't do it. So I need to hold back 2 blockers in order. If I had drawn any spell here, I could have won, I think. But this is too many lands. So we definitely attack here. But I think, as I said before, I block here. I take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage. So I need 2 blockers. Yeah, this is not looking good. Maybe I can keep one alive with Leap of Flame? I couldn't have killed him, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I could have put him down to 2 life. What is that? Deathmark Prelate? The 4 mana 2/3. Okay. Destroy target non-zombie creature. That's pretty good, actually. I'm not hating that. So I don't know how I'm going to set up this turn so I can win, because he just right clicks attack all. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can go to 1. Okay, we can do this. I need to draw Bolt of Keranos specifically, or any of my haste dragons. I actually have quite a few draw steps. I have Bolt of Keranos, 2 haste dragons. The 2/2 haste flanking doesn't do it. I think he's deciding if he wants to regenerate Carnage Gladiator. Okay, so first to strike. Leap of Flame still works there. So we're going to target this, replicate twice, pay Niv Mizzet mana. So that one is going to target here. That way I keep this alive. And then, so I have 1 targeting this, 2 targeting this. That'll give it 4 first strike, and then 1 targeting there. So same targets. And that should keep me alive at 1. Oh, actually, I think I go to 2 here. Come on, deck. Bolt of Keranos or something. Come on. Oh, interesting. I wonder if I wanted to lose Kingfisher. I mean, I lose here, so we attack out and then concede, but that is an insane amount of lands. I don't think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spells. A lot of lands. Good games, Kenny. I wonder if I was supposed to like intentionally lose Kingfisher there. Go to the game. So I could draw 1 card deeper. I guess it won't show me my last card. No! Why does it do that? Magic Online. It like kicks you out of the game and then you can't even see the final board state. We'll never know. We'll never know what would have happened. But I guess someone should do the math. Like, is drawing an extra card better? I think it is. I want to see my deck and see what options. I don't even know what Magic Online is doing here. But so as far as from that exact position, I had Lightning Shrieker, Hellkite Igniter, Bolt of Keranos. Oh, Searing Blaze would have done it too, actually. But yes, so Searing Blaze and Bolt and Keranos required keeping my creature around. So I think it was better to keep it alive for that reason. We just drew really bad. Right, well that's going to do it for this Chaos Draft. We did pretty well considering the adversity we were facing. See you guys next time.